G'day, Steeler Nation. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. And also welcome to Steelers Dynasty podcast. I'm not the bloke, though, who hosts that. I'm the bloke that hosts Steelers Nation Australia. So let's bring in Bubba and Shane, who host Steelers Dynasty podcast. What's going on?
Not much. Do they think you host your show and this show and every other Steelers podcast?
I'm everywhere. I'm all over the shop. I'm fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
All over. What's going on? How are you guys? It's draft week, baby.
I'm scared.
Why?
Because they're going to draft a quarterback, and I'm going to be very upset. I'm just getting it out there. It's just I don't think that's a good thing.
It looks like Sanders more and more and more the more I read things.
I'm going to be upset.
We'll soon find out. Shane, how are you, mate?
I'm still trying to get over that you're the Ryan Seacrest of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm on AFC North Roundtable. I'm on Steel Curtain Network. I'm everywhere. I never leave this fucking room.
Yeah,
all over the shop.
That's 2 F-bombs already.
I know. I'm probably demonetized again.
It's done. That's funny.
I'm just excited for the draft, to be honest. I'm just really keen.
Oh, you're allowed to be, and I think you will be because you're doing something too Thursday, right?
Yeah, I'll be live on this channel, and then we'll do something on the Friday. So we'll try and do a joint cast on the day too.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So that would that's Thursday. Wednesday is the official draft, first day, right?
No, your Thursday, your American Thursday is the day one.
Right.
Okay.
We're still pre-gaming. It's like a tailgate party today and tomorrow, Shane. So we're just getting all the necessities for the tailgate party for today and tomorrow from this show to our show, and then Thursday night at 7 p.m. And then we really, really feast.
But
I'm not.
This is the one. You don't know. We might pick up Jackson Dart at 21. Bubba.
Okay, I won't. Okay, I'll. But still, I want to get a defensive tackle so bad.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same. That's why I made this show. Expect the unexpected, because I feel like for a short moment we knew what was going to happen with Najee Harris a few years ago. We kind of knew Kenny Pickett or but this one I don't know. They could go running back, they could go safety, they could go defensive line, they go quarterback. I have no idea who they're going 21. No idea.
Who I would want maybe in the 3rd round, but I mean I've been doing some watching some video and getting geeked up because this is my Beanie Bishop this year. You know, my
look at who is it?
The guy that I'm excited. Let me show you here.
Is he from West Virginia?
No, he's not.
He called it last year too. He called it last year.
Played at Kansas State.
Who's that? McCord.
Went to Ohio State. He is the 7th leading passer in Ohio State history. And he was there 1 year. And then something happened during the bowl game. I don't know what the disconnect was. I've heard different things, but he moved on to Syracuse. It's kind of a step down as far as program goes, but he has the tangibles. He won at Kansas State. He won at Ohio State, and he did okay with limited resources at Syracuse. So
what was the reason why he was moving around? Is it just
Well, Ohio State offered him a lot of money.
Okay.
And then there was some negotiation there where he went 12-1, and they were talking to other quarterbacks, and I think it kind of pissed him off. He's like, I went 12-1 for you, put up a lot of big numbers, and you're out there courting other guys, bringing them in. He's like, piss on you. That's what I heard. But
so he got last year in 2024, 34 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. That's not too bad. 4,000 yards in a college season.
His stats at Ohio State and Kansas State were even better. So Kansas State, he did pretty good. Yeah, like Afton said, they had Avery Johnson coming up too. So they have Avery Johnson coming up. So, yep, that's my. I wasn't high on him. I thought he was all right, but son of a gun. I looked at his stats, looked back at some Kansas State footage, some Ohio State footage. He's legit. He's been
to Pittsburgh, right? Has he been to Pittsburgh to visit?
Yes, he has been. He had a
Okay,
visit
well.
last Wednesday, and I think the Steelers are high on him. I'm excited. I think this guy is gonna be. I hope. I think I'd rather have him than Jackson Dart. Just saying.
He's like projected to fall in the third round, right? Like third
Yep.
round or date, something like that. Like fourth round.
Yep, safe third round. Get him if he plays well. Have him compete with Mason. If he does well, so be it. Have Mason start a few games. I mean, you're not any worse off.
It says he hasn't played Kansas State. He played Ohio State 3 years in Syracuse. Am I wrong?
No, he played for. I believe he played for. Let me see here.
I got nothing because I want. If we're gonna get a quarterback, make it later. I just don't know what they're gonna do. It is very. This offseason has been like a soap opera. It's been like a carousel of just craziness.
Kevin Reed's a huge Ohio State fan. He says McCord sucks.
No, he doesn't suck.
Yeah.
I just
so
stick with me.
G'day, Pepper. What's going on? Did you guys miss Pepper?
Pepper.
She's been away for a minute.
Where's she been? She hasn't been around lately.
I think Disneyland. I think she was out.
Well.
She told me she was traveling all around the world to go all the Disneylands. That's what I heard
Wow.
anyway. It's a rumor I heard. So it's probably true. You know.
Well, hopefully you didn't stand in line too long, Pepper. Those lines are crazy.
No, I think I'm looking at McCord. Kyle McCord's got Syracuse and Ohio State, but I'm looking at Wikipedia and ESPN. I could be wrong. I'm not a draft guy.
No, I don't see him in there either. I tell you what, Ohio State, he had 271 yards, 2 touchdowns against Michigan. So that doesn't sound like sucking to me.
Yeah, 11-1 with Ohio State in 2023 and 10-3. So he's a gamer. So he's won 22-4 in his career in college. Yeah. So, but this is the kind of guy that I think would have, if they were to get McCord, don't know who he is, don't care who he is, let him sit behind Mason, draft another guy next year and learn, and sit there and learn. And there's zero pressure from the Steelers front office, and zero pressure from the fan base. And they let him actually let players actually fucking another swear word. I'm so excited. Let them develop. How many times do you see someone get taken first round and they get so much flack? Oh, this guy can't play. It's like give him a chance.
If Mason doesn't do good as a starter, they'll be wanting another quarterback in Heinz Field anyway. They'll be wanting whoever we draft as a quarterback to take his spot if he doesn't do. If they just let him out there to dry, which I think if you give him the keys, like I said before, I think he's going to be. I think he'll be okay. I really do.
Yeah, I think the Steelers. They had the You guys listened to the press conference today from Mike Tom and Omar Khan. I heard bits of it. It was pretty much a nothing burger.
It's never anything worthwhile or an intangible. Yeah. It's just nothing. It just keeps us lifted on our chair. You know.
They were saying they're pretty happy with Mason. They're happy with Warren or RB1, stuff like that. Brian Brown says here, start Mason, break the curse of hosing him over before. Yeah. Give him a chance in the offseason.
I agree, Brian. Totally
if
agree.
they were to draft maybe D-line, O-line, some guys running back in the first 3 or 4 picks, and then get a quarterback, and then they give Mason to be quarterback number 1, let him have a go. Give him a chance in the offseason. They've never given him a chance in the July training camp or drama, you know? So, I don't know. There's just, Pepper's playing a game here and says press X to doubt on Reindeer. That's fair enough. You can if you want to. But I think he's just the easy solution to not have Rodgers. I'd rather have, have Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, than Rodgers at quarterback.
Well, and we got him economically sound, and we won't have all that drama.
Yeah. So that's a good way to start the show. I'm looking forward to it. You guys are going live as well on day 1 on Steelers Dynasty podcast. Also going live the second day. So I do want to have this. Well, I want to try and figure out, what do you think's going to happen? Because I reckon this is the hardest year.
I don't know
to predict anything. So we'll start with you first, Bubba. What do you think something is going to be unexpected, or is it going to be a trade? What's something? You know what I mean? Something weird going to happen.
Unexpected if they trade back to get more draft picks. That would be very unexpected. Say in that 21st pick, they go and they, trade down to 28 or 29 and get a couple, another 5th or 7th round pick or something. They could do that. But if they don't draft a nose tackle or a defensive lineman, I'm going to be pissed off anyway, because we have no.
They're going to, though, and they're probably in 3 picks. I think my key 3 picks are halfback, quarterback, D-line. That's what I think is going to happen.
In that order?
No, I think in depends how it all pans out. But so you're saying you want them to just play it simple, safe, and just go D-line.
Yeah, because we don't have anybody. Like somebody that could stop the run, that could take up 2 guys in the middle. Something. It ain't Montavious Adams, that's for sure. So, and then they get some running back in the later rounds. They can get a quarterback, a running back. They can get a receiver. There's tons of, I think Shane said there's tons of running backs in this draft, tons of receivers.
Yeah.
So we just got to get somebody to get it started. But if they trade back, I don't know. If they trade back, God only knows.
So trade back to get like maybe a 2nd or a 3rd or something like that. All right, Shannon, what about your prediction, or what about your Steelers? What's going to be unexpected? What are we going to go, holy French toast?
I think they're going to get some wiggle room and try to figure out how to get maybe another draft pick. Maybe trade up, maybe trade down. I don't know. Maybe. But I think they get another draft pick. I don't know. They're going to go after Kenneth Grant from Michigan in the 1st round, but that would be fantastic. A lot of people are saying that's going to happen. I'm crossing my fingers round 3 that Will Howard's around, or there's a good quarterback that they can maybe play behind Mason Rudolph. If not, go to the 4th round and get somebody. But they have running backs. You got the kid from Virginia Tech. You got the kid from Texas, that Jaden Blue. Man, there's all kinds of really speedy running backs. I think that will be exciting to kind of see with as the draft goes on, who the Steelers are going to take, because I really think they're going to take a running back
in the 1st round.
First round, like round 4. Round 4.
Okay.
I tell you what, fellas. I actually think, to be the unexpected, I don't think anything crazy happened, to be honest. I was thinking about the last few days and what Tomlin said in the press conference today. I get this feeling because he was saying that they actually bring in the draft visits, and not all of them make sense. Like, they bring in some guys to throw off other teams, and they're like a smokescreen. And I think this Sanders build-up right now could be a bit of a smokescreen. 1, will he fall that far?
So.
And 2, will the Steelers even get him at 21? I've heard reports that Steelers would trade up to get him, which doesn't make sense. So I feel like that the Steelers are going to do exactly what they should do, and is draft defensive tackle. Like, I think everything, there's all this thing about, getting a quarterback, or Dart falls, or Sanders falls, or they trade up, or they trade back. I reckon the Steelers play it out of all the years and build the trenches again. And I know they traded up last year to get Fautanu. I think he was like a few picks before. They traded up before to get, who was the other bloke we traded to get? Or a few years ago was Devin Bush. But they've done some crazy things like that. But I think this year, to be the unexpected, is the average move. Whoever falls to them at 21, whoever the biggest guy is, that defensive tackle, the best guy on their board, they pick up. They probably don't have any 2nd round pick, because they were confident in the press conference. They talked about that, we haven't got a 2nd round pick. However, DK Metcalf is our 2nd round pick. Now, could Omar Khan trade back in? Because that's my second question.
That's what I was thinking.
If will they trade back in to the 2nd round? Bubba.
They could, but I don't know. Like, and I said before, if they trade back, they can get more picks in the later rounds. They're trying to stockpile, because I seen a thing where somebody did say that Steelers, one of those sports writers, the Steelers traded down and got 9 picks or 10 picks or something, and it was a great draft, and I was trying to find it to just read it off, but I couldn't find a goddamn thing. But it was something that the guy said it was a great draft if that happened. They got a lineman, they got defensive lineman, they got a quarterback, they got a receiver, they got a running back, they got all the positions that they needed, all filled with those extra picks too. So I don't know. I mean, just the off season we just didn't do with the Metcalf thing was the biggest thing, and I believe that Donald and Geno Smith had those comeback years. Maybe Mason Rudolph could have one of those comeback years if he gets the keys to the car, and then worry about a bigger quarterback next year, maybe to have him sit behind Mason, because we do have three comp picks next year, so maybe we'll trade them away.
Like 10 picks next year, something like that. Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy.
What about you, Shano? Do you think the Steelers would then trade back, get a second pick somehow, some way?
Do you think here's what a question, it's more of a question than an answer, but possibly someone could want that 21st pick, and Steelers maybe get a 29th pick and then get an auxiliary pick from that. Is that a big enough deal for the Steelers? I think that has a lot of benefits. I mean, really, who's going to be there at 21?
Well, here's a question, because I have a theory that I think this could be outside the box thinking. Sanders falls to 21. Steelers look like they want to get him. Actually, they don't. Then someone else trades up to get him. Maybe they're using that smoke screen or that because now the whole I think I've been saying this last few weeks. Everyone's talking about Sanders. I've only seen bits of his play, but they're talking more about him than actually the quarterback play of Ward, because we know who Ward is. He's taken first round. Sanders has teams like Giants, Saints, Cowboys will probably be interested. The Browns. I'm thinking that the Steelers, they could, honest to goodness, maybe we want Sanders too. Actually, hang on, here's a phone call. The Browns, the Giants, we'll trade back in for our second round pick and whatever it is, and you can have it. I don't know, something like that may happen.
That could happen.
Well, that happened on we ran 4 mock drafts. If the chat remembers, ran 4 mock drafts. Afton did 1, Brian Burns did 1, Bubba and me each did 1, and more often than not, that scenario played out where someone wanted us to trade that 21st pick.
It was you know what it was? It was when Rich Smoke did it, he got like 11 or 12 picks.
Right. Rich was the one, he was the 5th one to do it.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one that traded and got a lot of really good picks. His draft was fantastic. We gave him an A grade because of those auxiliary picks. They really boosted, because there's positions that are so deep that you can really just get some great value. Your running backs, then not so much, but receivers, there's still some talent there in the 3rd round, 4th round. There's not as many cornerbacks, but there's still a few talented cornerbacks. But my God, there's a lot of running backs. As far as defensive talent, you could get defensive talent at the 29th pick rather than the 21st pick, if that happens. So I'm thinking the first round is going to be a defensive player. I would love to see them trade that 21st pick and get some little bit of extra gravy,
Correct. And maybe that happens. Maybe that happens with the Giants or someone like that who wants Sanders, and maybe they move up after getting their first pick in the first, few rounds. I just think that there's been all this like movement around his name, and you talk about him being this, and then some analysts say he's a really good quarterback. Some say he's awful. He's terrible, right? I can't make too much comment until he starts playing for my organization, or I look into more highlights. But I know the Steelers, they might do that, or they might just sit there, clean and simple, go 21 and get a D tackle. But I think the second round pick is interesting because Omar Khan's going to do something, right?
Yeah,
I think he's going to try and find a way to get back in it. And maybe he forfeits that 21st and gets back another third rounder, gets more picks in a second. Maybe he goes back 6 picks, and next minute there's D lineman or there's running back there, and you still get a good player at 32 or 33 or 34. Could be a possibility,
But you would have to trade. You would have to make these trades with teams that have a lot of draft positions.
That's true.
I think like Buffalo has high draft positions, and somebody else. There's like 3 or 4 teams that have like over 9 picks. So you'd have to get with one of those teams and try to work a deal out, which they might be working a deal out as we speak right now. I don't know.
Because there's a long gap between the Steelers right now with the 21st pick, and they have like the third round, right? So they miss like a lot of players. And I know that Omar Khan did say that's why we got DK Metcalf, but I think Omar Khan's personality, as most of us know, he's a gunslinger. He just wants to go out there and do the best deals he can, so it could be a big possibility that happens. What else? Anything else, Shano, that could be unexpected? You think that like would happen for the Steelers?
Well, I don't think they're going to make any changes as far as getting in grounds crew. I think that's after the draft. Yeah. But my goodness, I'll tell you,
they did well last year. They got like 6, 7, 8 points from your thing.
They did, but I don't know. Like Jared Neville said, a fullback in the third. That's what everybody's hoping for. But no, I'm really excited about
maybe an 87, maybe.
Yeah, we have a good running back, but I just want. I like Bubba. I want a defensive lineman. I want a big, stout, athletic guy that can help TJ Watt while we have him. We're not going to go down that route.
I ain't saying nothing today.
Everybody freaks out.
I ain't saying nothing.
Let's shore up that defensive line, help them out. I maybe see a nice linebacker to add to the mix. We have Queen. He's a little bit older.
Yeah, Steelers normally do stuff like that. They add like a linebacker or outside linebacker, in the third.
Round to see that happening. It's going to be interesting. We'll,
I'm so surprised, guys, they didn't sign a veteran, like running back. Like
I reckon after the draft,
maybe. Yeah. But I mean, Chubb. I'd take Chubbs right now.
There's so many good running backs in the draft. You already have Warren. They just lined him up today. We're talking pre-show about that
for 1 year contract.
So then you just get maybe some depth there, get some fresh legs. Steelers are always about getting a new shiny running back. They run.
Well, they still have Cordell Patterson. He's still with the Steelers right now. He's still.
I don't think he's been. I think he'll get cut.
I think he will be, but that position right there could be for Chubbs or the dude from the Chargers, some veteran type running back, and then we still get a rookie, and then you have 4 going into camp.
Yeah, I think Cordell Patterson. No offense to the bug, I think he's cut.
No.
After the injury, he was done. Yep. I've got 2 comments I want to bring up, guys. This is the first one from Steelers Dynasty podcast on with Doug here. Because they need to do it. They need a run stuffing nose tackle type player like Casey Hampton.
I agree.
Where he took up people consistently freeing up others, and I agree as well.
Well, he would take up 2. Hampton would take up 2 guys, and then all the linebackers would be able to, like James Ferry, would be allowed to roam around, and then you had James Harrison, and your linebackers can run free without getting any interference from a guard coming out on a tackle, or pull or a trap or something,
Am I allowed to swear
that JT was talking about from Oregon that was really athletic that he liked?
That's the Harmon guy, the Harmon nose guy.
Harmon from Oregon.
Yeah. I've heard that we might get him through people that I've talked to, but we picked him. Remember, I picked him.
D tackle.
Yeah, I picked him twice in the mock draft. I picked him once, and I think you picked him or something like that. I think we got him twice.
Fellas, Doug's right, and if I'm allowed to swear on this podcast, if he's pushing up 2 tackles or whatever, then Peyton Wilson's going to blow shit up in his second year. I always like to see plays in their second year because I feel like it's very tough to transition from the rookie whole year, then you do the camps and you do the big season. So Peyton Wilson and Queen could feast as middle linebackers getting a nose tackle at that position. That's not a bad comment. It's a good comment. I think it could be a real thing. Kevin Reed says here, I think he's been making comments too on my Steelers channels. Thank you, Kevin. Says trade back with pick, get Henderson in the first, D.O. Alexander in the second, and a quarterback in the third.
I'm okay.
Kind of similar to what Shane was saying with McCord, like just build back, right? And maybe it's not as exciting and crazy about trading him to get Sanders. We did one of those kind of fucking moves. The Steelers are going backwards, I think.
And then you got to deal with his dad, and Sanders is nowhere near Cordell Stewart type of playing quarterback. Cordell Stewart, if we had Cordell Stewart right now playing, he would be MVP because he did stuff on the field that everybody right now actually emulates. So Cordell was before his time. If we had him right now,
I heard he had better
man.
stats. He had better stats than Sanders. They retired Sanders'
They
numbers, but
retired
didn't
his
retire.
Sanders, but not Cordell. And Cordell beat opponents, right, Shane? That actually,
Cordell,
and he actually.
Guys, I might be wrong, but in '91, I think Cordell played for '91. The Colorado Buffaloes shared a national championship. I know that. Okay, I just don't know if Cordell was on that team. But around that time frame, he was playing ball, and Colorado was legitimately good. They were contending for a Big 8 championship year in and year out while he was there. That is not the case with Sanders.
No, that's just a waste. That'd be like another Kenny Pickett, just taking him just to take him. And then that's two quarterbacks. If we pick in less than 3.5 years, oh my God, the scouting team for the Steelers would just be crazy.
Do you feel think it's more maybe the social media influence of this day and age, and maybe the reason why they got him retired his jersey?
Probably.
Rather than Cordell, than Stewart, you know?
Maybe because his dad might have had a little bit of, maybe a little pull, you know?
Yeah, what? Okay.
But yeah, it's a good few comments.
Yeah, the year after, 92 to 94 is when Cordell played. So he played there a year after they won the national championship. So.
But the Steelers used to get a lot of people from Colorado.
Yep.
A lot of Steeler players came from there. That was a good college to get some players, you know.
Well, when they went to the Pac-12, they kind of shit the bed and just program went
downhill.
Sean says should do as a pocket passer. Cordell was comp is overblown. I think gets in comparison. So
I couldn't compare either one because I don't know. I never seen Sanders play, but just watching Cordell in my watching Cordell when he was a Steeler and almost take us to a Super Bowl, but he threw it at double coverage and Bill Romanowski, hit his head right in front of him. You know what I mean? But we were this close. Cordell is a hell of an athlete.
You can still, even if they're different styles of quarterback, you can still compare whose quarterback's better.
Numbers.
It's the same with the running back and receiver in all kinds of positions. Just because they're different types of safeties, you can compare different, And
it's a different time, too. It's a different time back then because they didn't have quarterbacks like they are now, like being a running quarterback too much. It was more of a pass, pocket passer quarterback.
Here's a question from your side again on Steelers at Dynasty podcast. So make sure you check these guys out as well. The Bubba and Shane connection right here. The tag team, right? Do you think we should have drafted Jackson Dart? He keeps falling to 21, apparently. That's where they seem to be getting him.
If he's at 21, they probably will pull the trigger. But I don't know. I'd rather have, if it's going to be a quarterback, I'd rather have him than Sanders. But I'm still not going to be happy because we don't have, unless we get a nose tackle in the third round or get something in the second.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
That's hard. That's any other team would just snatch Jackson Dart up, right? But Steelers, you just throw the Steelers are predictable until last year, and they were totally off the book.
Now we have no idea.
We have no pulse. We don't know exactly what's happening. Now, I would like to see Harmon picked at 21. That would be ideal for me as a fan and as a podcaster. But would Dart be a great pick? Hell yeah, I'd love to have that. See him in black and gold.
What do you fellas? I'm going to take a different angle here. What do you fellas want to happen for other teams to do? Like we talked about where Sanders would fall with the draft here. I'm going to cover me up, well, mostly me and a bit of Shane. What do you want? What do you think is going to happen with these teams? Do you think there's any surprising moves by the Titans, the Browns, the Giants? Like anything that stands out that can really shake the draft up? Because most years you think it's going to be normal, and the next one, oh my goodness, that guy takes that guy right there. The Raiders fuck shit up.
Right.
Is there any team that's going to do something really dumb? Is it the Browns? Is it
Jacksonville might do something stupid? I think the Raiders are going to take the number one running back in the draft.
They keep getting linked to Jonty, right? I can't say these names right. Janty.
Yeah.
Jonty.
Yeah.
And that seems like a Raider pick with the coach over there, the bloke, what's his name? Carroll, Marshall Lynch style. That seems like a Raider pick.
Yeah.
Why do you say Jaguars? What are the Jaguars been in your mock draft? Where did they?
I can't remember, but they just draft They haven't drafted good in a couple years, and that organization is so rich, but they're just not smart. So they might draft somebody that would be unorthodox, maybe.
Well,
You know?
I think Tennessee is going to go with Cam Ward. We can all agree that that's going to happen. That's locked in. You know,
And I believe Hunter's going to Cleveland.
Just gonna throw it out there. Do we all know enough to do a final mock draft on this show before we? Because I'm getting a bit like antsy. Do we? Shane, do you know enough? We can live through Shane.
I'll tell you what. What I'm going to do is I'm just go with what my notes have, and you guys can tell me I'm full of shit.
Should we do it? Because I see this as like we're 48 hours away. We all love the Steelers. We want the Steelers to win championships. NFL's freaking fun. And I see these names. I'm like,
let's do one right now.
Want to do it?
Let's do it right now.
A serious one. Okay.
A serious one.
Which one? Now, what website should I use though? I'm only doing the first round. Which website should I use? What website?
Bubba.
Oh, it was what NFL. God.
I use NFL mock draft database. Is that the one you guys use? That's the free.
I think that's the one. But you could do
that's
all.
The free.
It would be quick to do all of them though. Unless you just.
I'm not doing all the rounds because I don't know who the players. We'll just do the first. Like, will that person Travis Hunter go to the Browns? You know, we'll choose them all. We'll choose them all for them.
Oh, we're not doing it automatically.
No. We'll choose every single pick, 32 for all 32 teams. Because, like, as we're trying to say, will the Raiders make a mistake? Will the Browns make a mistake? Will the Jaguars make a mistake? You know, do it.
There you go.
Do it. All right. It is pretty. It's so close, and a draft day is fun. You get on the beers.
I might do
by
a
7 a.m.
We might do another one tomorrow, Shane. Who knows?
Alrighty. So let me bring this up. It's gonna be a first round. We can take turns, or we can just come to a consensus of what's gonna happen. Because we all know that Cam Ward's going round 1. That's for sure. But yeah, I use the mock draft database, which is how do I do all of them? Yeah, select all teams. And also, too, they haven't done any trades just yet. You know what I mean? There hasn't been any trades.
You want to turn trades off and just kind of go?
Yeah. Like this is the first year in a long time that the NFL hasn't done trades before it actually started or something like that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I guess we could turn. I don't even know how that. It doesn't matter. All right, so I got all the teams. For 32 teams, I got 20 for 25. You can do 26 if you want to next year. Round 1, pre-draft, normal, standard, and then let's go.
Okay.
And then we're gonna work our way through it, and we're gonna do it where we think what team actually should be. We can do it jokingly, but it's probably more fun to do it serious, right?
Okay.
And in the chat too, let us know what's going on. So with the first pick, you have Tennessee on the board, and they need the quarterback. We're all in a consensus that Cameron Ward is the guy at quarterback. Shano?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy, right? So, g'day, Justin. What's going on? I've been keen too. So let's choose him there for Tennessee. Round 1, pick 1, and you have. I think if I just do that, does it pick itself? Wait a minute. If I start, I didn't start it yet. I do that every time. Okay, start, and then Tennessee picks Ward, Miami, draft. Right.
There you go.
Now the Browns. Do the Browns do something stupid?
No,
do the Browns?
I don't think so. I think they've been talking about
smart. They wouldn't take Hunter. They would take that kid from Penn State, that edge rusher. But
over the cornerback receiver.
Yeah, because I've been looking at him, and I really think, if you don't play him both ways, he's not worth that pick. You have to play him both ways.
So you would take the Carter from Penn State?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Because if he's just playing as a receiver, is he top tier, like top 10 talent? No, he's good. But
when's the last time the NFL teams have done that, where they played two ways, receiver and cornerback, or safety and linebacker, or whatever it is?
Champ Bailey from Georgia. That's the last one.
But that doesn't really happen, does it, in the NFL?
No,
so
Champ Bailey was a better receiver than Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter's a decent D-back, and he's not decent. He's like top 15%, in both, which just makes him an oddity. You know what I mean? Like, not too many people.
And would he want to go to Cleveland?
No.
Would anybody want to go to Cleveland if they get drafted?
No one does. Not in with the new stadium. So
yeah, let's go.
I think they go Travis Hunter. Then they won't do something stupid. What do you think, Bubba?
I would say probably Hunter would be the sure bet, but I could see Shane saying about the Carter, the edge rusher. But they, to help out Myles Garrett. But I would say that they're going to use Hunter both ways, though, because Cleveland will actually.
It's not a bad idea to get help on the other side of Carter as well. But let's go Hunter, because that's what most drafts have been doing, and he's been predicted to go that way to the Browns at 2. So he's been drafted to the Browns, and they didn't go Sanders at that point. Now the New York Giants are on the clock, and that's the 3rd pick, and they're doing the first round. We still have Abdul Carter. He's the edge bloke. Do they need more D-line guys, or do they need... I've also seen him get 3rd round pick was Abdul Carter as well.
I've also seen them pick Shador as high as 3rd round, but I don't think he's worth that.
Really?
I'd rather pick Abdul Carter.
No, Gee, hey, Yuli, what's up?
Yuli's like using my channel to burn money, and I thank you, Yuli. Because he's in the stocks. Thank you, Yuli, for the 50 subs. You're crazy, dude. Yuli be coming on the show on the draft show this Thursday night. Get his football take, and he's always a great football mind and puts teams together and stuff like that. Thank you, mate, for the $50. I'm convinced that Yuli's just trying to burn money because he's winning too much money in the stonks.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
What's wrong with that?
He's insane. I know.
Like
ads are
Gene
insane
said,
too.
people said the Giants are looking for a quarterback because they have 2 old, Russell Wilson.
Yeah, they got Russell Wilson and Winston. So okay, let's have a serious conversation. Do we think the Sanders would go that with the quarterback to come up with?
Let's gamble and say, by the grace of God, the football gods, that the Giants take Sanders in the 3rd.
3.
I think that's going to happen, kids. I do.
Let's take it.
You've heard it here.
So they wouldn't get an all-star. They wouldn't get an all-star like edge rusher or build their O-line again or D-line or whatever it may be. They go straight to Sanders at 3.
I'm gambling because their quarterbacks positions, Winston and Russell Wilson. Hey, I don't know how that offensive line is. Russell might get hurt. I don't know. I don't know. Like Afton said, I don't know what the biggest need is for the Giants. I don't even know who their running back is.
All right, let me Giants. I got this one's because the Sanders idea does throw things in a bit of a spanner, right? And a bit of Giants.
I really think that's going to happen.
So you think they're saying quarterback needs?
The Saints. I believe the Saints are going to take a quarterback too, and they'll probably take Jackson Dart.
I think Shador is either going to be taken by the Saints or the Giants.
All right, so who are we going then at 3rd? Do we go Sanders? Is that too high?
Man.
Or do we do Abdul Carter, the edge rusher?
Yeah, well, let's just stick to the script then.
Okay.
Go with Carter.
Okay. All right. Too crazy to do that so far. Now, New England, I've heard some people say that they would go with this other bloke here because and these mock drafts, they rank them the way they've been, sorting itself out. They need offensive line help too. I heard a stat. I was listening to a podcast the other day. You guys want to listen to it too? It's the Outback Quarterback Podcast. Some Australian fellas doing a Pats fan on there. And he talked about how the running game for the Patriots was freaking awful last year. It was like 28th or 29th, like that. They got pushed back like so many times. They have no help. So I'm thinking they go tackle. I don't know who the bloke is, but I'm thinking they go tackle.
Take the best tackle in the draft then.
They're going to take the kid there, Will Campbell.
Yeah, so that's it's kind of the normal process is Will Campbell, so Pats. And you know what, too? I'm kind of bored of the Pats. You guys bored of the Pats?
I'm glad that they're in that predicament. So, but we haven't beat them in the last 2 times. So
they have Drake May and stuff like that. But I'm just like they've won all this stuff. They're not that relevant anymore, Although I do like their running back, Ramondre Stevenson. He helps me in my fantasy. Okay. So we have now Jacksonville was what you're saying. They might stuff up.
Yeah,
they have Mason Graham, DL. They have the offensive tackle here. We have edge. We have Tyler Warren. We have receivers. We have Will Johnson. We have other guys there. What names are you thinking, guys, that the Jacksonville might take at pick 5?
What do they need?
They got quarterback. I don't know. Maybe they need.
I'm actually looking at a mock draft right now, and we have picked the 4 picks that this mock draft had.
Yes, I'm saying. I think the mock drafts they kind of get AI, and it figures it gives you the most suggested person to what people have been picking. You
They're
know,
looking for a defensive lineman, I guess, because in this
Graham.
mock draft I looked at Mason Graham, the defensive tackle.
Yeah,
That's who they looked at. So I didn't think he was that big of a name.
okay, so Mason Graham, we do the top 5, and then it starts to get. But then it goes into as well. We talked about that Ashton Genty was going to go to the Raiders.
He's going to the Raiders.
He's
That's
Raiders.
every mock thing I've said or seen. He's with the Raiders.
All right, so let's choose Mason Graham, D lineman at 5, and then a quick pick would be Ashton Genty for the Raiders at 6.
Yes, sir.
I've seen that as well. And then now it maybe gets more interesting with the Jets. The Jets have Fields. But do they go outside? Sorry, do they go receiver or they might go tight end?
They're
Maybe
gonna go. They're not going to go for that number 44 from Penn State. They're going to go Shador Sanders.
You think they're going to take Sanders? The Jets?
Think about his dad. His dad wants him to go to a big market. You know, he doesn't want him to go to I don't know.
But you still got Dallas coming up.
Yeah, he go to Dallas. He could go to Dallas for sure.
Is Shane going to put Sanders in everywhere? Just so we don't get him.
No, I just don't want him fucking to Pittsburgh.
All right, so saying Jets O-line. So maybe we go to the O-line. I don't know who Gray Zabel is. So maybe the O-line isn't that great this year in this year's draft. But they've got quarterback is Sanders.
Their receivers is all they have is what? Garrett Wilson as a receiver.
Yeah, McMillan, he's rated at 11. I was thinking that Warren guy would go to the Jets.
Well, that's
I've seen people talk about him.
Draft that I'm looking at right now. It says Tyler Warren from Penn State goes to the Jets.
You put him there.
I'm happy with that. What are you thinking?
Thumbs up.
He's pretty athletic, and Fields needs someone like that.
He's physical. He's a physical running back or
that or a receiver, because I only know of one receiver, that Garrett Wilson, but I don't know how their offensive line was bad too. I think. I mean, that's what Roger said.
I'm going to choose him there for number 7. Tight end. Warren? Yeah, good. No, yes, no.
Yes, do it.
Yeah.
All right. Alrighty, next pick is Carolina. Who will we do it? They're not going Sanders. Maybe they would go like edge. No. Maybe they go receiver to work with the other bloke there. Sorry, Shane.
Jaden Barron from Texas. I think they need a cornerback. Go up a little bit.
Cornerback from Texas.
Go up. That Will Johnson. He's another cornerback. Go up.
Will Johnson on my mock pick. The Saints took him.
Okay. I would say go up a little bit.
To all these these are the that's the highest it goes is offensive tackle.
Jalen Walker. What's your say, Bubba? What's your
wow? That's amazing, Shane, because it says Jalen Walker, linebacker for the Carolina Panthers.
That's who I
on this mock draft that I'm looking at. This NFL mock draft.
I'd say Jalen Walker.
Bucky, what is it? Bucky Barnes is marked. The Winter Soldiers mock draft here. I don't know.
Yeah, there you
go. Walker for the and he's the one I wanted to get to out of this most, because I got a feeling that Sanders could drop here. Yeah, Saints don't have a quarterback.
I think I play some there, or where is Dallas?
12th pick.
Dallas is the 12th. And
like I legit think in 2 days' time on the your Thursday, my Friday, I get a feeling if Saints have Sanders on the board and they need a quarterback because they haven't got Derek Carr for this year, I think he falls here.
That's it, Pepper. Bucky Brooks, yeah. Bucky Barnes.
Bucky Brooks?
that's the mock draft I'm looking at. He's the Winter Soldier.
Or would they go offensive line help, or do they go receiver, cornerback?
Go up.
They're not going to go. They have to have a quarterback because they don't have a quarterback right now.
They're going to go either Sanders or that tackle.
The Kelvin Banks.
No,
I think there's some shake up in the draft. I think this point will be it.
7 at 7. Armand.
Membu.
Yep.
So you think they don't go quarterback here? They go safer route for the Saints, and then.
Wow. Who is their quarterback though? Because Carr's out.
They don't have one. The car's injured.
What's that one who does like Tyson? He like a receiver and a running back and a quarterback. Like
Taysom Hill.
yeah, he's probably.
But Jamie's right. Jamie's right. If Sanders gets past the Saints here, we're getting him. That's why I think
Oh God, Jamie, I hope not.
That's why I think the Saints could take him now, like at 9. Like I've been a lot of reports I've seen, mock drafts and analysts are saying the Saints are now in play.
God.
What
do you think, Shana? Your last prediction?
I think they're going to take the offensive tackle. I think the Saints.
The Saints are going to take a tackle.
Where are we at?
Why?
Right now?
Why would this? We're
Number 9?
still with number 9, right?
Either Sanders is going to the Saints or the Cowboys.
But if they need a quarterback, that's who they need. They need a quarterback.
I think he's going to fall to the Saints. So I'll put Sanders there.
Let's go with the Saints.
I think so as well. I think that's my draft. Something unexpected. They go Sanders. Let's do it. It's all mock draft. Chicago Bears. No one cares. No one cares about them.
They probably need linemen. They probably need an offensive lineman.
Yeah, let's go. The biggest best lineman is Membu.
Yep, that's it. What does yours say, Bubba?
Kelvin Banks Jr., offensive tackle out of Texas.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I mean,
San Fran.
Same thing.
Will San Fran go cornerback maybe to show up their defense?
Yes.
Who do they have on their defense?
They don't have any.
They'll take Will Johnson. They'll take Will Johnson. What's yours say, Bubba?
Walter Nolan, Mississippi defensive tackle.
No, I'm saying Will Johnson.
Because Hargrave didn't Hargrave leave?
Yeah, he's gone.
So they would probably need somebody. They would probably need a tackle.
I don't even know who their cornerbacks are. No one outstanding. I reckon they could go corner.
I think so too. I'd take that kid from Michigan.
Let's do it. Will Johnson corner. Dallas is pick 12. Already on Sanders.
They need a running back because Sanders is
Dallas,
off the table.
Dallas is going to freak out and go Jackson Dart.
That could happen. But I think their running game is they need a running back.
I think Dallas is going to take that either that receiver or going to take that edge rusher.
Williams bloke.
Yeah.
You think they still believe in Sajak? You think they still believe in Dak?
I don't know why.
Oh, Dante says get Hippenhammer to draft. Yeah, Hippenhammer was a great name. I can't wait for the names too, eh? Some of the names are so crazy in the draft.
Hampton, Omari and Hampton, they took from North Carolina, Dallas in this mock draft, in the Bucky Barnes.
True, yeah, running back.
Barnes draft, yeah.
All right, let's go to the running backs here. So we have left for the running backs. We have, I was hoping he would fall to the Steelers too.
Yeah.
So he's an idea receiver. They're saying Golden. They're saying McMillan. I don't know if they're going to go D-line or anything like that.
Receiver, and I could see him being a Cowboy.
Who's that one?
Matthew Golden.
What do you think, Bubba?
Matthew Golden for the Cowboys?
Yeah.
I still think they need a running back.
I think they're going to take Golden.
Who's their running back now for the Cowboys?
They don't have a true running. They don't have a true number one.
So
Frankie Paul or not Frankie Pollard.
You want to take the kid from North Carolina? What's it say that he suggested?
The guy from North Carolina is suggested for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm just saying a running back. Yeah, Rico.
Oh, they got Williams. They got Javonte Williams from Denver. Yeah, don't really have and the receivers they have CeeDee Lamb, of course. Maybe they another guy there too. But yeah, I don't know.
Hell of a receiver. Hey, Paul.
So receiver or running back? I'm going to go.
What are you going to say? I'd say running back for the Cowboys.
So it's my choice.
I'm
sorry. No. But you're saying running back. Shane's saying receiver.
Yeah.
Let's go because the Cowboys suck. Let's go receiver. Not that he sucks, but like, I don't know. I just want to see them. They keep fouling. Let's go. We'll draft Golden. Right. The next one is Miami.
I don't know what they need. Probably defense because they're
they need offensive line help to keep Tua up.
They're going to get.
They're going to get a guard. I'd say draft a guard.
Tackle.
The highest tackle here is 13. Kelvin Banks. Is he a good player?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Cowboys or the Chicago Bears took him in the first round on this mock draft.
Really? Okay, we'll get him there because they need help too. The Bears are trying to keep their quarterback upright. All right,
sure.
who's the other one? Colts is next.
Oh boy.
They as I'm reading, they have aging 29-year-old Braden Smith entering his 8th year as a tackle. They're looking for a right tackle for the future, as well as a big edge blocker.
Do they need any DT help or edge or you know what I mean?
I think they need an offensive lineman from what I'm taking around with this.
Yeah, I think edge rusher.
Edge, Williams, Stewart, Green, and those names stand out. The guy from Marshall.
Yeah, I know Mike Green. I've seen him play, but I think they're going to take Malik Williams.
All right.
Mikel Williams.
Georgia. Those Bulldogs are hard, tough-nosed players, aren't they? We got a few of them on our team. All right, done. Atlanta Falcons. Who are they going to pick?
They need defense.
Yeah, they're going to take an edge rusher too.
They wouldn't go interior like D-line or whatever.
Nah, what's the best available for them?
Receiver, cornerback, tight end, edge, Stewart.
They're going to take an edge rusher.
Yeah, because on this draft it was Mike Green out of Marshall.
Yeah, Mike Green from Marshall.
All right, done.
He's really good.
I'm just trying to speed up to get to our pick. All right, Arizona. Do they go receiver? Do they need a weapon for Murray?
Take their hometown boy, McMillan.
All right, receiver. Done.
That saved us because Derek Harmon went to the Cardinals in this mock draft.
Cincinnati gets William Wagner draft. You know what I'm saying? It's Brent.
Cincinnati needs defensive help.
Pick best available.
They need probably as well like cornerback help and safety help too.
An edge rusher too.
Yeah, edge rusher from Texas A&M.
Oh, because they might lose the other guy as well, right? Who's the other guy? They might who's the other bloke? Hendrickson. He might be leaving, right?
Maybe. Yeah. Who do we pick for Cincinnati?
No one yet. I want to pick no one. They got no time.
Yeah, they suck. But
I don't know. You got Stewart from Texas A&M. I don't know. You guys know the guys more than I do.
I think
Alex
Stewart is the one that got picked for this one.
I've heard of the safety help too for the Starks. That bloke. I've read some things about Georgia, the safety. He was going there too because they need safety help.
I'd say Stewart.
All right, done. Seattle.
Seattle needs receivers. They don't
who's their quarterback again from Seattle? Is that
Sam Darnold?
Darnold's over there too, so maybe he needs a weapon.
Yeah, he needs whoever's the highest receiver.
Scroll down a little bit.
Well, they traded away. They
released Tyler Lockett, and they released Tyler Lockett, which I pick him.
They got running back Hampton.
I think Ohio State or the inside offensive. I don't know.
Do they go that Ibuka guy, the receiver?
No, they pick the receiver up higher. There's a kid up higher in the draft. Nope, there isn't. I'm wrong.
He's already gone. Yeah, we already took him. The other tight end. They need a tight end on their roster too. Sam Darnold needs weapons over his team to exist.
I don't know. I think Josh Simmons at 24.
Is he a receiver?
He's offensive tackle.
What, for Seattle?
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. Okay, done. Can never have enough tackles. Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Baker Mayfield.
Safety.
Linebackers.
Georgia.
Yep.
They have a 14-year-old linebacker, just saying. 35 years old.
Yep, there you go. That kid there, Jihad Campbell.
Is that who you're picking?
Yep.
Because that's who they picked. It's crazy.
Who are you looking at again? Bucky Brooks?
Bucky Brooks, but I call him Bucky Barnes.
Jihad
Campbell. All right. We're getting there almost to our pick. Denver. I've heard this one 110% every time that Hampton would go to Denver.
Yeah.
If Hampton is available, they need a running back. Yeah. But in this draft, they went with Henderson from Ohio State.
Yeah, go up to all of them.
Because Hampton's not available.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Cornerback, tight end, safety.
I hate to tell you,
Hampton.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Hampton's
this
the
is
higher
Hampton.
running back.
Yeah. I've read a few mock drafts that have said that.
Yeah, Campbell, Pepper says.
Campbell. Yeah.
Yep.
I can't wait because when you watch a draft, because I don't see much highlights in that. They always play the highlights of the players. Good fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm thinking Hampton because they're running. Devon needs a running back,
Yes, they do.
and so do we actually too.
Yeah.
Okay, draft now. We're on the clock. 21st with no trades. The Steelers.
I'm not fucking saying this. What he fucking picked.
Who's that?
I think they're
Sanders.
I think Steelers are gonna take Derek Harmon.
Where's
yeah,
Grant at?
Grant's at 25. Harmon's at 23.
Okay, who's better?
I think Harmon.
I've heard a lot of mock drafts of Derek Harmon to the big dude, DL. But there also has been mock drafts too that Steelers have had safety in their mind.
Afton says Grant, and Sean says Grant.
Starks or Harmon. That'd be my pick, guys.
I would pick Grant.
Kevin Reed saying Henderson, which is the running back. Would you guys prefer them go defensive line or go running back?
Kevin, I wouldn't go running back yet. There's some good ones
Defensive
left.
line. Either Harmon or Grant. One or the other.
Okay.
But then
the other guys around here is
even Pepper said Grant.
Jackson Dart's available.
Yeah. It's another one that's been in the mix too. So this plays out. The Steelers obviously have a few defensive linemen to choose from. And maybe safety, but what's the chat saying? And the chat saying Grant or
some of them saying Grant. Pepper said Grant. Afton said not Dart. Jamie said Harmon.
Let me do a quick poll. I'll do a poll.
Yeah, whoever says whoever picks it. I don't think no one's taking a quarterback.
Yeah, let's do a poll between. Can I do it? Wait a minute. Engage with your audience. Okay. Not a Q&A. Hold up. All right, so is it Harmon or Grant?
Harmon or
Which
Grant?
one will we pick, and whoever that gets a higher percentage, we'll do.
Here we go.
Mike says no more Michigan players, please.
Mike, you're right, Mike.
Afton said good with the receiver. All right, so the poll's going live. And 7 votes, 57% so far is Harmon. So get some more votes in. Yeah. That was quick too, by the way.
That is quick because there was Grant had 4.
Oh. 8 votes at 50-50. That doesn't help.
No,
10 votes, 60-40. So we'll leave that for a minute while we discuss
stuff. For Harmon 60 and Grant's 40.
Yeah, can you guys see it too or not? No, probably not.
No, that's okay.
Vote.
So it looks like the Steelers have the choice of cornerback, which I don't think they'll go, but D-line, or they could go running back, but like Shane said, maybe too high. Maybe they go D-line first and then running back in the second or third if they get a second. So I'm happy with either. I'm like you fellas. I don't want to see a big fella up front take on double teams. Chris says always best available. For sure. Let me go back to the. Where did I put it? 55%. So we've got 11 votes. So we've got put a vote in if you want to. Otherwise, we'll go with Harmon. It says it's still pretty even though.
It's pretty either one or the other because nobody took either one of them yet. So if some team takes the defensive one of those two, then the obvious is take the one that's not taken.
All right, let's go with Harmon because no one else is voting. It was 11 votes, 55%. And then we'll keep cracking on.
I'm okay with that.
Steelers draft defensive lineman Derek Harmon from Oregon. Done.
Yay.
Next, the Chargers. Chargers choose. What do they need?
Tight end.
Probably need a receiver or something.
I actually have heard that as well. The tight end.
That one's there because he played for Harbaugh, didn't he?
Yeah. I was going to say that. Didn't he play for the other Harbaugh?
Yeah, if he's available, that's who they're taking.
Yep. And then Green Bay, they've got their quarterback. Do they go back? Do they go cornerback, safety, DL? Maybe they get a big DL. They won't go dart. They're saying cornerback.
They need receivers.
Yeah,
No,
give it to them right there.
Barron. Okay, done. This is the point of the draft too. When the real draft, I kind of check out because we got our guy now.
Yeah,
It's just all done. So who cares? All right, Minnesota. They got safety saying and DL. Actually, they're all saying safety
on the list, so we can keep moving.
Best?
I bet you they. Well, that or a D lineman.
Let's do safety. The next one is Houston.
Probably a D line.
Saying,
maybe a D line.
Grant. Lamar. Oh, not Lamar. That's LA Rams.
Probably a receiver. Get a receiver.
They are, yeah. They're saying that too. You guys know your football.
Yep.
There you go. Baltimore.
Baltimore. Don't give them anything.
D lineman.
Give him a long fucking snapper.
Walter Nolan, D lineman.
There it is.
Done. Detroit Lions.
Ooh, they're
saying edge. They need an edge rusher.
They need
an
edge. Yeah.
Yeah. Got Pierce. They need help on that side. Washington. It's crazy to see them so high in the draft because they went well in the playoffs. It's weird. It's weird to see. They're saying, my thing's screwing up. They're saying edge
rusher.
Yeah. Cornerback. Edge rusher. I would say that.
This guy?
Yeah.
Right. Who's the last one? We got Buffalo and KC.
Buffalo needs receivers. I think they need a receiver. Well, is that Luther? Did you give him Luther?
Auto?
Yeah.
Auto
that Luther guy's a good receiver.
Oh, how do I do auto?
Up in the top, you just go auto draft right there.
Wait, does that? No, I can't do that because. No, I can't.
No, but I would take the Luther, that guy from Missouri, that receiver. Yeah.
And what the? Fuck?
Oh, you loaded.
Oh, it must be auto draft after.
Yeah.
Your draft is complete.
What? So I'm only drafting for the Bills?
No, you can put down Steelers. Drop down Steelers.
Oh, okay. I see.
And see who the Steelers pick.
Man, this site is whack.
That was an A. We got an A.
So in the rounds, it was KC took T Williams, and then I can't see the other guys because the ad's in the way. But that was pretty fun. I need to pay for this site. That other site's better. The pro football one.
Yeah, the one we did, it was
This is fun. This is really fun.
We'll do it tomorrow because I mean.
Yeah, do it again.
Yeah, I mean we did 5 in one night. We just keep doing them.
But I'm looking forward to the draft, guys. You guys are doing day one as well.
Yes.
Mike says we need Cam's replacement. 100%. Yeah, Cam will be probably gone this year or next.
I've seen 2 mock drafts. I've seen mock drafts of the Steelers picking two D linemen in the draft.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I'm okay with that. And a guard. Because I think we have. Yeah, and plus, also too, signing free agents. We do pretty good at that.
Like undrafted.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Shane called it last time. He called Bishop.
I thought he was going to I thought he was going to be selected before that kid.
No, and you know what, Shane? Didn't you say that the West Virginia guy has a big giant lineman?
Yeah, they do have a kid that.
But he didn't. We didn't pick him in the first round of the picks, did we?
Yeah, you won't see him. No, Millum is his name.
Because in other drafts he went higher than what we did tonight.
His name's Millum. He's a monster. He's a good guy.
Yeah, it's going to be intriguing to see what happens. But I still think DL is the key. Happy with that. Build the trenches, then get back a running back, quarterback. But I don't think it's going to be something super crazy with Sanders. I just don't see it.
If it's Sanders, as much as these jerseys behind me, I'll be walking through my closet like the Kool-Aid man.
Oh yeah.
Kool-Aid. Yeah, because I'll be pissed. I broke the door off the hinges last time when we drafted Kenny Pickett because I wanted that nose tackle.
Do you really? Do you think the Steelers would trade up though and do something silly like that?
Anything's possible. Anything is possible.
Come on.
Yeah, anything is possible.
Hey, I've got that. I got not that, but I've got the con artist.
After the next 2, is he still aggressive?
Yeah, what do they call him? The con artist? I like that. I saw that, man. That's pretty good. It's a cool nickname.
Tim, you have a lot of sound bites.
I got so much stuff here, man. I can't wait to play this.
Coming out the door.
Yeah, we might.
I love that.
Shane.
That sound is so good. Love it.
I might have to download it.
Yeah. I downloaded it somewhere. I don't even know if it's copyrighted or not, whatnot, but it's great.
It probably is.
It's fantastic.
Who knows?
It's just so good.
Oh, hi, Burns.
Mm.
He said,
Do it
take
one more
the
time.
rusher from A&M.
It's just so iconic that like, everyone knows that. Actually, not everyone, because most
You know,
NFL fans.
we were
know
talking
that.
about this today at work about the draft, and the draft was better when it was like the weekend, and you could sit at a bar and drink and watch the draft all day long.
So it was never on. It was never on a Thursday.
No, it just started recently.
Oh.
Yeah,
Used to
it
be
was.
a Holiday Inn banquet room, like with like folding chairs and shit.
No, we used to go
So
to
when did
Rose
it
Inn.
get big? When did it get big? It must have got big like what 10 years ago.
15
Couple
years ago.
years. Yeah, a couple.
Yeah.
well,
So before that, sometimes you wouldn't even know who
Let
players
me
were
see what-
drafted. You'd check the paper.
well, you'd have to read. I read the Post Gazette because Sunday's Post
so
Gazette.
you
would
didn't
tell
even. But as a fan, you had no idea who was getting drafted until you read the paper or whatever, right? It's so
if you
crazy
have
how the
ES
NFL makes
it was
everything
only
big.
on. It was only on ESPN. It wasn't on like 6 other channels. I mean, there was no NFL Network.
And there's
It
no
was just
coverage around it.
ESPN.
But now we talk about everyone talks about the draft. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I always said to when I was younger to my friends, it was like it's one of the most boringest things you have to watch because you're bored watching, waiting for your pick, but you need to know who your team's getting.
Yep.
You know,
I'm trying to see what year that started.
but there was a certain time, must have been like maybe 2007 or 8 when it got big. I don't know.
2010.
What it
Started
moved
in
to
2000. Started in 2010, and
On
prior
Thursday.
to that, the draft had been a Saturday-Sunday event since 1995.
Wow. I
Wow.
couldn't believe
And
I
before
called it.
that, a Sunday-Monday event. And then the NFL expanded it to a 3-day format in 2010 with first round on Thursday.
wow. So 2010 was when they made it a spectacle.
Yep.
And then go to different cities, and next year's Pittsburgh, and I'll be there. You guys will be there. You guys are closer than I am.
I
so-
gotta take off. We've already talked about it. I don't know how they're going to put all those people in there next year.
Yeah, over 500,000 people.
There's no way.
projected.
I mean, I don't have any idea where they're going to set that draft thing off. Heinz Field.
On the North Shore.
I'm gonna rent out rooms in my basement. to
I-
some folks.
I mean, unless they do like they have stage AE, but stage AE is, I mean, small. I mean, there ain't no. So they would put the Steelers Heinz Field and put it in. I don't know how they do the podium.
They're gonna
You
put
know-
artificial Giant Eagle parking lots.
Yeah,
I guess it's going to be
mean,
really hard to get food as well. Like all that people, there's so many lines to wait for food.
There's not going to be any hotels from the whole way up to my house. They're
Yeah,
gonna
I'm,
be
tr- I'm
taken 'cause
trying now to get
Because the hotels, I mean,
hotels.
I live an hour away, so every hotel's going to be booked.
Where would you
Well,
even park? Where's
I'm
parking?
half an hour away, so if you need a place, my
Yeah.
basement bathroom's all squared away for you.
I might have to
There
stay
you go.
in Shane's dungeon.
Well, you had Christmas there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Me and Shane might be commuting to work every day to go and cover the draft.
like Lloyd and Floyd and Dumb and Dumber.
When he's like, they ask him about that we need 2 guys to jump in this bush and
So
massage
you
all
gotta
the Swedish
find,
chicks.
we gotta find a place. Like I know JT Toss said he already has a place set up. Remember he said last week he's
Yeah,
got
I
a
know.
place set up because that could be like the draft headquarters. But I mean, I don't know where. There's no
Definitely
way.
wasn't McFadden. We need something different. than that.
No, yeah. Well, there's no way we're going to be able to get into the draft to do that because it's just so chaotic. It's going to be chaotic.
Yeah, it's gonna be like it's gonna be fun, but also a nightmare at the same time.
Uh-huh. You can't do anything because you can't do a live podcast or live stuff there at the draft.
I don't know.
So,
You'd have to
there you go,
probably
man.
like rent. I don't know someone with offers or something like that.
Well, there's a
don't
there's
know.
a place. It's
Yeah. Poor Yui. He had one. He had one
Bastards.
fucking. He had
One-
one beer. He
he
had
was
one
fucking-
beer.
He was the most soberest fucking guy out of all
I
of
know.
us.
He had one beer and they threw him out. And then I was like, you can't leave him out in the cold.
Yeah, we're like,
That's
hey,
where our night started to fail from that point. because it was
We're
that was
like,
after
hey,
the Wilson fumble.
I tried to talk. I go, hey, he's sober. He just got here.
Yeah, once they made their choice, I gave that girl a boomerang too.
I know
I
you
want my fucking boomerang back.
did, bitch.
Unreal. Yeah, McFadden's wasn't a good. It was like it wasn't the best vibe.
It
You know.
went all downhill when he fumbled the ball. That's when it
Yeah.
started. When he fumbled.
When Wilson fumbled the
fumbled.
ball, we jumped up like he was going to go TD. Oh,
And then Yuri
no.
went outside 5 minutes later, and he couldn't get back in.
Freezing his balls off outside.
Yeah. And then
Yeah,
he and
he had one
shit.
beer, and they wouldn't allow him back in. I was like, what is this Pittsburgh place carrying on about?
Fucking bullshit's
Crazy.
what it was.
Yeah, dead set. All right, fellas, let's get out of here. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Thanks for doing the little
Thanks,
drafting.
everybody.
Cool. You guys might do it tomorrow too on your Steelers Dynasty podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Check them out. And then I'll be live for day one. You guys will be live for day one. We'll catch up day two.
Oh, you know who we should bring on tomorrow, Shane? We should bring Burns and see if Burns can get on here. and
Burnsy.
draft. Burns. We'll send you a
Yeah,
link. Come on and draft.
He wants a kid from Oregon.
He wants that
Take
defensive
the-
nose tackle. Armin.
Steelers take a running back in the first round so I can bash them all year.
See how
As
he is.
in
Bashing
from
like
Oregon.
me.
Who's the one from Oregon?
That's the nose tackle. That's Armin.
Okay. Yeah, fair, cool. All right. It's going to be a busy week. So thanks everyone in the chat. Thank you, Yui, again for the 50 gifted subs. And you're
Yeah,
doing
thanks,
very
Yui.
well on the stonks. He's doing great. And yeah, the bloke had one beer and he wasn't
One
fucking
beer.
allowed.
Soberest one out of everybody.
I know. If you're there, I thought you were in the one. Out of all the people, I thought it would have been Gene. No offense, Gene.
And I'm a bet man, and I'd have bet Gene too, but Gene was still there.
I would have my fucking house on Gene. I would have put my fucking house on it. I would put, everything. And next minute, sleeper pick was Yuli because he probably worked all day, was tired, and said he can't come in. I was like, meanwhile, Gene's like dancing around, going crazy. It was good fun. All right, fellas, I'm getting keen for the draft. So thank you, everyone, and thank you to Pepper. Thanks for hanging out on HDU
Thanks, Pepper. Good
Steelers
seeing you, Pepper.
podcast tonight. Like and subscribe to both if you haven't already, y'all. Hooly dooly. Let's play the. We're getting keen. We're getting keen. All right, see you guys. Where is it? Later on,
everybody.
I'll see you guys later. Left the light on. See you later. Bye.